Okay, so another bench with many names, chaos bench, bamboo press, whatever it is, they all have the same strategy, is to introduce an unstable barbell to force the individual stability system to work harder. Now, the best way this is done, or the original way it's done, is on a bamboo bar. We don't have one here, most gyms don't have one. Basically, it's just a barbell made of bamboo or reinforced bamboo that's shaped like a barbell, and everything you put bands on it and stuff. And basically, the load potential for that is a lot lower. These alternatives, you need a little bit more load for it to work. And that could also be better as well if the objective is to get more load. So this just depends on what I'm prescribing for you. But essentially, I'm going to give you a couple of tools to replicate what we're trying to do in, first I'll talk about in the order that's probably most suitable, but most likely people don't have the tools. First is using a bamboo bar if you have it, unless specified otherwise. Next would actually be using a duffalo bar like this and chains. So you'd put a duffalo bar and chains at the end, but you also need to do it to a block because the range of motion is increased. I don't like to increase the range of motion into a weaker portion of the pec. So you'd also do this to a 2-board. So it's a lot of implements to do. So it'll be a 2-board, duffalo bar or buffalo bar with chains on the end. And when you find it has a very similar effect on the barbell where your body will be stabilized. You'll actually see this motion happen with the bar. As you can see here, it would want to move side to side because of the instability of the chains. It adds to it. So finally, probably the way that most people are able to do is to use a bands and kettlebell. It has a very similar effect, but essentially you would put weights, kettlebells on the end here. Now you have to ensure that you're not going to touch the ground, so sometimes you might need to double it over. Looks like that one will touch the ground. So you can double it around and just put that on the end. The goal is roughly, same with the chains, is that you put roughly about 30% of the load, of the total load on the side. So it's not quite there, we got 8 kilos, but you will do this for demonstration purposes. We want to build this up quite slow because it's quite difficult, can be quite difficult to do, but Sarah's strong, so. You can see it has a similar effect on her. It comes back and forth, she has to work pretty hard. But with some of the other implements, it's a little bit more, it can be a little bit more dramatic.